Hey guys, I'm Jaclyn.
And I'm Marcella.
And we just watched episode 4 of
Shadowhunters.
Wow.
We're very torn between this episode and our feelings about it. We did like
There was a lot that we
did like a lot of things in this episode. Of course, we didn't like the big thing that happened in this episode that doesn't happen in the book.
We'll talk about that a little later. There's a lot of pros and a lot of cons to this episode. This was actually, next to the last week's episode, this was my favorite episode this entire season. I thought this was fantastically done, and I loved all the interactions that they gave us in this episode.
I think that the
writing is on another level now, guys. The new writers started in this episode, and you could tell.
The pace is a lot better.
Yeah.
It's not so much like trying to throw in a million things like they have been.
Not, yeah.
I think the script is better.
Pros. I love the way the City of Bones looked like in this episode. And we got a little taste of it back in season 1, but this season we got more of like the cells and the Silent Brothers.
That scene was really, it had that creepy feel, and that's actually how I pretty much pictured the City of Bones.
It was
so I
really
think
well
that
done.
was definitely on point. That was really good.
Yeah. The whole episode starts off pretty much with this Clace angsty scene between the bars, and Jason's like, no, I don't want to ever see you again, and all that.
Which is pretty much on point because
that's kind of his character in City of Ashes, So that worked.
And then we realize that Jace's neighbor in the cell is Hodge, guys.
Scene like this kind of happens in City of Glass, but it's with Simon, and then Hodge is in the cell next to him, and you don't even know it's Hodge until a couple pages,
so
chapters in.
So it's kind of like the same
It was like
thing,
a throwback to that, only they changed it. They
changed it because it's Jace, but
it was good though.
I think it was still, like seeing Hodge because we haven't seen him. In the beginning of the episode, we also get that scene with Magnus and Alec, and it's so cute, and they're talking about the first date, and I'm so excited to see that.
Yeah, if you've read the Bane Chronicles, there's a really great first date chapter of Malik, and I hope that they do it like that. I feel like they won't, but like, fingers crossed they do.
As long as they do it and it's really cute.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you for not dying on me.
Oh.
On that first date you never had? Right, yes. I know a place in Soho that has the best lamb kebab this side of Marrakesh. Or we can port over to Marrakesh. You hungry? Starving.
Oh my god.
Something that we really liked in this episode was the whole Clary and Alec dynamic, because we haven't really gotten a lot of scenes with them together, obviously because Alec doesn't really like Clary, but I think that them working together in this episode was very important because they're gonna build up their relationship and become friends.
I love their friendship, and I love that we got to see kind of like a bro-t-pay of them working together, and their banter is so much fun, and I love I'm telling you, I love the writing in this episode.
That's the thing about the books, like Cassie's writing is so funny, and I think that with these new writers, they're gonna put more of that in there because we've been lacking that.
You could tell they already have this episode.
Yeah, we did get, we got like a couple of good lines in this episode from Izzy. I like when she said to Clary, like, oh, no, like nobody's gonna teach you to fight in 5-inch heels.
Yes, that was such an Izzy line.
Like lines like that, like that are really funny.
Yeah, I love those scenes between Clary and Izzy in the City of Bones, because then there's this other whole storyline going on where Jaclyn wants to move to Idris, and she wants Clary to go with her. She feels that they would be safer there because that's really where the Clave offers the most protection. She eventually tells her, like, no, like, I don't want to move.
She still needs to learn how to fight, and she needs to help everybody that she's with
She doesn't want to leave, really, until this whole situation is taken care of. Oh, and then there was that really cute scene with Luke and Jaclyn.
Now it's not so cute.
Yeah, now it's not cute. But
now it's just sad.
But Luke tells her that he wants to move with her.
Luke was gonna go with her, guys. Like, I'm really upset that they never happened.
Yeah, now they'll never happen. Thank you for that.
Talk about that a little later.
Yeah, but still.
Okay, so one scene that was interesting was the scene when Aldertree tortures Raphael. That was different.
With a UV light?
I'm not sure if I like that. Technology is very different in the show. I know that they're bringing in technology and stuff, so I guess that him having some torture thing for vampires makes sense, and the Clave is terrible, so it does make sense. But I don't know.
It was just strange. It was just strange.
I guess I just have to get used to the technology that they're using on the show.
Yeah, and then he goes to Magnus.
Guys, if you've read the Bane Chronicles, that's a lot of feelings that he went to Magnus, and Magnus mentions that he's like a son to him. Oh my gosh, that was right in the feels. I love that. We got Magnus taking care of him and making him better, and
it was just such a great scene, and I love that we got a lot of them in this episode. Like, a lot of them.
Raphael and Magnus!
Everything's gonna be alright. You're gonna take care of him.
Oh
Come on.
my god, because Magnus loves Raphael. He would help him.
Oh my god, so many feelings!
He helped him with everything. Oh my god. Raphael knew he could still go to Magnus. Oh.
Have you heard anything about Jace? I know you're...
I took you in. You're like a son to me. That's why he did this. Looking for Camille and punishing me at the same time. So...
Oh my god, Simon.
Money where your mouth has been helping me find Camille, because you are everywhere. That's to me because of you. Yeah, you look like crap. Bring it on, Scarface. Hey, boys, relax. Let's talk this out like civil. Down first. Anyone for a martini?
Magnus. Oh my god, there was that scene when, okay, because also Simon ends up coming there, and he had that scene with Magnus on that balcony when he, Magnus is telling him about this time that he had in the 70s, and then he mentions Blackfriars Bridge.
I got as far as the ledge of Blackfriars Bridge. And if it wasn't for Camille, I wouldn't be here right now.
And talk about Blackfriars Bridge.
We
Infernal
we kind of died a little inside when that happened.
You've read the Infernal Devices. That struck a chord, man. That struck a chord. Later on, like towards the ending, Camille throws in a Bane Chronicles reference, which was really cool too.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, the writing is better.
Before Magnus sends Raphael and Simon off together, and he summons Camille, he mentions Katerina. Like, he's like, oh, you have to go find Katerina. I'm like, oh my god, guys, Katerina. Especially if you've read Tales from Shadowhunter Academy.
Yes.
Love that they're throwing things in like that. The best scene of this episode, we thought, was the scene with Jace, and he's holding the mortal sword. I thought that was pretty much... That was the book. That was the book, yeah.
It was so fantastic, and I love that whole scene with Aldertree, like, questioning him, and he mentioned that to love is to destroy.
You think about you and dear dad. To love is to destroy. Well. Thank you, Brother Jeremiah. There will be no martyrs here.
Jeremiah.
When we were watching this scene, at the end, we noticed that one of the first of all, the Silent Brothers were so cool looking.
Oh my god.
I think that we had seen them already.
We did.
We had already seen them.
Season 1, but they were better. It was good.
The voices and like
the
they
eyes.
looked really gruesome. That was really good. Now I don't know if you've read the Infernal Devices. If you haven't, you might want to like
get on that.
And maybe not listen to what we're about to say. Maybe like turn off your sound for a few seconds.
No, if you haven't read Clockwork Princess specifically.
Yeah, so you know what? If you want to turn off your sound right now, and then we'll give you a thumbs up when it's okay to come back, you could do that. Okay, bye if you want to turn off your sound. Spoilers. The Silent Brother on the right, next to Jeremiah. His face, you don't see his face. It's just black. It's like hood. He has like his hood up, and you don't really see his face, so you can't see if he's like has like the scars or anything. We think that it was Brother Zachariah. Now, if you go back, it doesn't show his face, and obviously they haven't casted anybody for Zachariah like that. So it could have just been where like, oh, we're just gonna kind of freak them out and like not show this one Silent Brother's face and just have it be black. But maybe, what if that was him, guys? It could have been. It could have been.
I guess
Just
that's not
saying.
really a spoiler, because that's like a Silent Brother.
If that was a spoiler, we just don't want to get hate. Alright, you could come back. You can come back if you want. Alright, I don't know if that was a spoiler, but just in case, we don't want anybody to get mad if you haven't read the Infernal Devices or all of Mortal Instruments. Some of you I think some of you haven't even read the book, so we just didn't want to get any hate about spoiling it. Back to that whole scene.
To the scene with the Jace and the Mortal Sword. Aldertree also mentions the Raven and how Valentine killed him when he was a 6-year-old boy, and I really love those mentions. How crucial and like important that sword was, and how it lit up when he was holding it. I thought that was really cool. He's like, are you loyal to the Clave? And Jace can't lie and goes, nope.
But really,
And
would you be loyal to the Clave? The Clave is terrible.
Yeah, because of that, Jace gets sent to a lifetime of prison.
Aldertree obviously knows that Jace is loyal because the whole ending that we got when Valentine shows up, and then Hodge gets killed. He gets stabbed in the head. Like, goodbye, Hodge.
That was really
we literally
cool,
just
that
saw
fight
him.
scene was really cool. I love that fight scene with when Jace gets out and he's fighting.
Yeah, that fight scene was actually really good.
It was a really good fight scene.
Kill me like you killed my falcon. Prove what kind of father you really are.
Of course, Jace saves Aldertree. But so I think that Aldertree realizes now he's actually loyal, so that's good. Thank God. Jace is not going to be in prison.
So in some ways, it was probably better that Valentine did go there because it made Jace like get out.
Yeah.
Now we have to talk about the big scene.
So
Alec gets possessed and kills Jaclyn.
never would I have thought that they would have done that.
Oh no, Alec got possessed because he saved Lydia. He got possessed. What?
Oh my God, Alec did it!
Alec killed Jaclyn? Are they fucking kidding? Are they kidding?
Why would they do that? What the hell?
What the fuck? The whole first season was dedicated to waking her up.
Right? What the hell? All thought that Lydia or Aldertree was going to die, or Raj. Like,
yeah, and none
like
of them died.
And they could have killed Raj because he was possessed. They could have killed Lydia because
at that moment.
Raj could have killed her. They could have killed anybody.
Yeah. I can't believe they killed her. I can't believe that.
I really don't like that they did that. You know what? I liked a lot of things about this episode, and I thought that it was a great episode, but
that was the one thing that really bothered me.
I don't agree with them killing Jaclyn.
That's Clary's mom, and that's
exactly like you said. The whole first season was about waking her up, and we woke her up and
just had it for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And I loved Luke and Jaclyn in the books and everything, and now we're never gonna see that dynamic play out unless they bring her back to life, when it seems like they're gonna try in next episode. And
it's not gonna work.
Oh, though. I noticed. Did you notice that in the scenes for next week they're all wearing white for mourning?
Yes.
I guess, like, from a storytelling perspective, they wanted to deliver that shock to book fans, so that I can understand. But to have Alec do it, Alec is going to feel guilty now for the rest of his life. It was very bold.
Clary's not going to blame him, though, because he was possessed.
No.
But it's still, I still feel bad that Alec... the thing is, like, yes, Jaclyn was thinking about moving, but instead of killing her off, why couldn't she have just left him with to Idris and then have her come back when, like, guest star whenever you want? Like,
I wonder, though, if the actress didn't want to be on the show anymore, and that's
I don't know.
why. Now Valentine's gonna have to find out that Jaclyn is dead.
I know, like, we're not gonna get another scene. We're not gonna get any scenes with Valentine and Jaclyn. And Jaclyn died thinking that Jace was her son.
Oh, now when they bring in Sebastian, Jaclyn's not going to have any scenes with him. They're going to be lacking a lot unless they bring her back next episode, but I don't think that would really make sense at all. I don't know. How do you guys feel about this?
Do you guys think they're going to bring her back? I honestly don't think they're going to bring her back. It's not really that kind of show where you could bring people back, and I don't think you could do that in the Shadow World.
Honestly, that whole thing was my only con in this episode. I loved it, actually.
Yeah, that was the only thing that I had wrong with the episode.
I had. And it's not even like a real complaint. It's just, I'm really disappointed. I'm so curious now where the storyline is going. And that just shows nobody's safe anymore.
Yeah, I'm really scared, guys.
Nobody's safe. Because she's still alive in the book. This is very worrying now.
This is very scary.
At the end, though, Clary and Alec, they kind of worked together to defeat the demon that ended up being Izzy.
That was a really cool fight scene.
That was another
another cool fight scene when Clary and Alec, and then Clary stabs Izzy.
Yeah. Oh shit! Oh my god!
Clary!
Oh my god!
Always the favorite child. I'm done living in your shadow.
See if you're in there.
Oh.
Please listen to me.
Nice try.
Oh shit! We got to see Clary actually be a Shadowhunter and fight, which was really cool. There's that really heartbreaking scene when Jace and Simon at the end, they walk in, and obviously they know what happened because Simon races over to Clary.
Jace watching from afar.
Broody.
And, because the best friend was just comforting Clary. And
So excited now to see the rest of the season. Like, I really did love the episode, but
I think that it's gonna really go up from here now with the new writers.
yeah,
I
I'm
think
really
that
excited.
It's gonna get a lot better. What else? I really want to see Simon fix things with his mom.
yeah.
Because he missed the dinner.
Yeah.
So I think that in future episodes, maybe we'll see that because that's part of his storyline and where it's going.
Yeah,
and him
definitely.
becoming more comfortable being a vampire and trying to like figure out how he's gonna like deal with that.
I also want to see more Simon scenes with the Shadowhunters. Like,
Let us know your thoughts on the whole the episode as a whole, what you thought of Jaclyn dying, if you agree with it, if you think it's a cool way to go, if you are really upset.
I could see why they did it, and because Cassie said it was okay, I'll be okay with it.
I think at first though, Cassie didn't like it, right?
No, she didn't like it at first, and then why they explained they did it was because they wanted to up the emotional impact on have Clary be able to grow.
Well,
more
they
through
definitely
that.
upped the emotional impact, that's for sure.
Let us know your thoughts down below. What are you excited about that's coming up next?
We'll see you next week with a new video. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.